it's if you don't live maybe in Lagos or Abuja, wherever you choose. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the UK student visa application process. So in my last video I talked about the requirements and the steps to take before you get to the point of application. If you've not watched that video, kindly click the link above to watch it. If not, you might not understand this video, but if you already have all your requirements, all your documents, and you just need to know what to do or how to go through your application, then this video is for you. So I'm going to walk you through the entire visa application process. As already stated in my previous video, the required documents are your tuberculosis certificate, your CAS letter, your bank statements, your undergraduate degree certificates, your transcript if it's requested for on your CAS letter, your WIAC results, and probably your marriage certificate if you're married and you would want to be coming to the UK with your dependents, maybe your husband or your children. I'm going to make another video talking about how you can come to the UK with your family, that's your husband or your children or your wife your husband or wife or your children. Kindly subscribe so you don't miss out on anything, and don't forget to like my video. For tuberculosis, I already stated in my previous video that it costs 57,800. You can either book online or call them to book. After booking, you get a reference number and you can move your dates back or forward as much as you want, so far as you've not paid. I don't know if you can still move your dates after you've paid. So the payment method is, I know there is an online payment method, but they also have their account details which you can just do a transfer to. Put the transaction description as your passport number or your reference number, anyone. I would always advise to get your CAS letter before booking and paying for your TB test, because you need the school. You need to fill in the name of your school on your tuberculosis certificate. Like when you're filling in the details, you need to fill in the name of your school. So if, for instance, you go and do your TB test and then that particular school doesn't now give you CAS or you have issues, you have to pay an additional 8,500 for reissue. But what you can do is you can book your date ahead of time to maybe fall after a period when you think you would have gotten your CAS, because you can always make changes so far as they've not printed the certificate for it. As far as you've not gone for the test, you can always make changes. So even if you feel in something wrong when you're registering online, when you go to the when you get there for the test, they'll give you like a form to fill, and then you can make any correction you want to make. Even if you make a mistake filling that form on your phone, when you get to another point, they'll still show you what you filled and they'll tell you, please go through, because if there's any mistake at this point, there's no going back. Because of the kind of crowd going on now, especially for September intakes, I think you can actually go ahead and just do your TB before you get your CAS document. Because as of when I did my TB tests, were not so much. I was able to leave that place before 2, but somebody that did after me, like a month after me, because I did mine in April, someone that did in May complained that he was there till about 6 p.m. and it was very disorganized. So I really don't know what it's like now. I don't know what it's going to be like when you're applying, but know that this is Lagos. I don't know what Abuja looks like. Okay, and also don't forget to print out your evidence of payment. If you do a transfer to them, you can take a screenshot of that transfer, print it out, because you need to show it to them at the gates. So try to get there at least 30 minutes before time, or maybe even 20 or 15 minutes. I actually got there 10 minutes to my own appointment. So the moment I got there, I just joined the queue, and there was like a security man coming with a paper checking for names of people and their appointment. So I had my evidence of payment and a photocopy of my international passport. So I just showed it to him. He ticked my name and then told me my serial number. So when I got to the gate, I just had to tell them my serial number, and then I went in. Just at the gate there's like some other guys. You show them your proof of payment, and then they would then ask you to go. And then another security guy took us somewhere else. Then they showed us this paper and told us to copy out the link and fill out the forms online. They came to call us. They're like, okay, number, because they gave us numbers, number 1 to 10, number 11 to 20. I don't know if this is how it was done for other people, but this is how it was done the day I went. It was actually really organized. After filling the form online, we went downstairs and there was like a place to sit, so we're just going in turns. This is the point where you will check if all what you filled online is correct. So he checked all the details, and then he took a picture of me, and then he printed something and gave me. So I moved over to the next point. So the next point now was where we had to do our x-ray. We went in, they're calling us in genders, like okay, males next, male next, female, stuff like that. We went in and then we had to undress, and then they gave us like, I don't know, this hospital clothes kind of, yeah. And then you go and stand in front of the x-ray. So they will also ask you if you're pregnant or not. So if you're pregnant, you can't do the x-ray because I think it would affect your child or whatever, some of all those science things, yeah. So I did it, and after that, just dress up and then you go upstairs. So there was like another set of queues. So on the day I went, I didn't see where they were actually queuing up, so I just went upstairs and then I walked straight into the doctor's office. And when I came out, everybody was just like beefing me, like, I was like, you guys, I didn't even know that, because we're sitting at like one far place. Whatever. So I saw the doctor and then she asked me, have you had so and so symptoms this in the last few days? And I said no. She was like, okay, that's all, come back for your certificate by 12:30. This was like maybe 11 o'clock, by 12:30. So I was like, okay. I went to, so there's Jevnik and the place just around the corner, so I went to eat at the place, and when it was almost 12:30, I rushed back and I went upstairs, and like the first place we went to, and then I sat down there. So after like 1 hour, these people told us to come back by 12:30, but there's nobody there to give us our certificate. So after like 1 hour, that's about 1:30, somebody came, started calling out names of people with their certificates and all that. My name was not there. I was like, okay. And now 1 hour passed, 2:30, she came with the second round. It was like the third round that my name was there, and I was like, if I knew, I'd have just gone home to go and chill or something, because my house was like just close by. But nevertheless, I actually left there before 4. So that same day I went to print my bank statement, because it had already it had elapsed 28 days. I think that was the 30th day or something, because my tuberculosis certificate was the only thing outstanding. I had every other document put together. So after printing my bank statements, I got back home that night and I started filling the visa application form. I used an agency, but I still filled out my visa application by myself. All I did was I asked the agent to go through. She had 2 corrections to make. The date I put as my date of entry was too close to my resumption date, so she asked me to move it back. And then there's this place where they'll ask you if you've done anything for armed forces, government this, government that. So the one for the non-military whatever, she asked me to fill in my NYSC details, but I've seen people that have filled in none and they still got their visa. So I'm going to now walk you through what I did. So you start your application on the gov.uk site, basically yes or no questions, your language, English or whichever language you have, your visa type, that should be student visa. After that, the country you'll be doing your biometric enrollment, that's Nigeria. So I just clicked to check that Nigeria was still available, and that's the 3 places in Nigeria you can do it. Yeah, so pretty much you now start filling in your personal details. So you put your email and you create a password that you would use in case you need to come back to this application. Your phone number, what kind of number it is. Do you have any other telephone number? I said no. How you're going to be contacted, so you need to indicate if you have a scholarship. So yeah, because in your cast number, yes. Filled in my cast details, and then after that I started filling in my own personal details. So do I have any other name? No, but if you've done change of name, you could actually say yes. My gender and then my relationship status. So I'm married, so I picked married. After that, you ask for your address. Just fill that in. I don't want to go through the stress of typing all my details. That's why I'm just using this kind of short forms. So how long you stayed at the place and your ownership status of it. Yeah, then your passport details. I just put in that number, issuing authority, Lagos, the date it was issued, and the expiry date. You just put all in. So do you have like a valid national ID card? So I have a NIN, so I decided to put yes, but I didn't have all those NIN numbers, so I just said no. Your nationality, you just fill that in, whatever country you're from, put that in, country you were born, the place you were born, and then you fill in your date of birth, Yeah, pretty much that. So do you have any other citizenship? If you have, you say yes. If you don't have, you say no. So it's just pretty much yes or no. So this evidence, previous evidence of English language ability, I said no because I've not applied previously, but it said leading to a lot of other questions. Do you have English language literature qualification from a UK school? So it just felt like long thing for me, so I just went back and edited the answer, and I changed it from yes to no, because come on, I have WAEC results. And then your current partner, because I said I was married, they need information about my husband, so I just put that in: his name, surname, date of birth, everything, where he's from, if we live together, yes, and if we'll be traveling together. The answer to this is yes. So I put in his passport number. So if I have anyone dependent on me, so if I have a child less than 18, I would say yes, but I don't have a child less than 18, so I said no. And then I had to put in my parents' details, my father's name, date of birth, his nationality, and yeah, we've always had the same nationality. The same thing with my mom. So yeah. Yeah, her nationality, and if we've had the same nationality. So if I have any family who lives in the UK, I said no, because if you say yes, it will just lead to a lot of other questions. They'll ask you, are you going to stay with that family, blah blah blah, and all that. So if I'm traveling with another person who is not my dependent, no. Where will I be staying in the UK? I used my school address because I had not yet sorted out accommodation in the UK. So, and when my husband was also filling his own application, he used school address also. So will I be staying in any other place? I said no. I don't know if that really matters. So yeah, this is basically your travel history. If you've gone to countries like Australia and all that, I said no. And other countries. So yeah, I picked yes for Ghana because I schooled in Ghana. So I had traveled in the last 10 years to Ghana. So I just put in my entry date and my exit date. So I didn't want to put in all the times I had to go and come out. So I just put from when I resumed to when I graduated, even if I traveled a lot in between. So date I plan to travel to the UK. Yeah, you have to put at least 1 month to your resumption dates. So if you've ever been in the UK, so these are like maybe character stuff. If you've done anything illegal, war crimes, you can decide to read it or not, but basically no, unless you're a terrorist. So you could now say yes and yeah, not get your visa. So yeah, extremist organization and views, obviously no. I don't do all this kind of stuff. So yeah, person of good character, no, no, nope. My employment history. So yeah, when I filled this, my agent said I should put my NYC details for the non-military part and all that. But I've seen people who actually didn't put anything. They just went to the place where it said I've not worked in any of these listed jobs, and they still got their visa. So my sponsor license number, I'll put that. That's also on your CAS, primary site of study, my school address. Obviously, did I apply through UCAS? No, I did not. Do I need ATS? No, I don't. Am I going to be sponsored in future? Like, am I expecting a scholarship? No, I'm not. So course information, you have to now fill in the details of your program. So I filled in name of my school, my course name, qualification I will get. That's MSc project management full time. Qualification I will get. So for masters is this RQ7 SQ whatever whatever, yeah. So course date, you have to be really careful with this. My resumption dates, and we're just using fake dates actually because I've resumed already. So accommodation payment, if you've paid for school hostel, that's when you can actually indicate it. But if you've not, you just say no, because if you read between the lines there, it actually says that. So yeah, course fees. So my school fees is £14,460, and the deposit was 4,400. So, and it was also indicated on my CAS. So am I expecting a student loan or student loan? No. My maintenance fund, that's the money I need in my account for 9 months. If I have it, I said yes. So if I have any other further details, no. So you have an option to check your answers. You just basically go through to see what you filled, and if you need to correct anything, this is the point where you make that correction before it gets too late. So they ask if you have evidence showing the required amount for your maintenance fee. If it's in your account, you just type in the bank you're using. If you're using more than one statement, then you say yes, you have another evidence. Then they would take you to the second part, and then you just fill in the second bank you're using, and then the type of evidence should be statement from a personal account or building service. I don't know what they wrote there. So yeah, if you want to add more evidence but you say no, so after that they just ask you if you have all these documents, because these are the mandatory documents, and then you tick yes, you have it. They remind you that you need a TB test, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is step 4. Then you do the declaration, you confirm that you're over 18, you're the applicant, you have everything, and that's it. Then this next is to pay for your IHS. They'll direct you to the website where you need to fill in your remaining details, so it will be calculated for you. Basically, yes or no, put your title, whatever detail is missing. So your course start date, I don't know why it's not showing here again, but I just basically had to put it back. If I was applying for a receipt, no, the type of course, the duration of my course, and then the school I was applying to. So my school wasn't listed there, so I just used other. So after these, they'll just show you the summary or what you've just ticked before they go ahead to calculate how much. So at this point, it's locked in, so you can't make any change. So if you notice, it says you don't have any dependents. That's because you have to apply for each dependent separately. It's not linked to your account. And then yeah, you need to fill in the declaration, then it will direct you to make the payment after IHS. If you finish paying successfully, it will redirect you to pay for your visa also. That's pretty much the steps to fill in applying for your visa. Thank you.